Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines. Here is what Pope Francis said during the Angelus from the Vatican.
Dear brothers and sisters, I am especially close to the population of the Tigray region in Ethiopia, struck by a grave humanitarian crisis that could expose the poorest people to famine. Today there is famine there. Let us pray together that the violence may cease immediately, that food and health assistance be guaranteed to everyone, and that social harmony be restored as soon as possible. In this regard, I thank all those who work to alleviate the people's suffering. Let us pray to Our Lady for these intentions. Hail Mary. Yesterday, World Day Against Child Labor was celebrated. It is not possible to close our eyes before the exploitation of children, deprived of the right to play, to study and to dream. According to the estimates of the International Labour Organization, more than 150 million children are exploited by labor. This is a tragedy. 150 million, more or less like the inhabitants of Spain, together with France and Italy. This is happening today. So many children who suffer this, exploited by child labor. Let us all together renew the effort to eliminate this slavery of our times. This afternoon in Augusta, Sicily, the ceremony will be held for the arrival of the remains of the boat from the shipwreck of April 18, 2015. May this symbol of so many tragedies in the Mediterranean Sea continue to challenge everyone's conscience and foster the growth of a more supportive humanity that tears down the wall of indifference. Let us think. The Mediterranean has become Europe's largest cemetery. Victory for religious freedom, as the Supreme Court unanimously rules that the state can't shut down a Catholic adoption agency that would not compromise its Christian beliefs. In 2018, the city of Philadelphia canceled its contracts with Catholic social services due to its religious beliefs about marriage, removing hundreds of children in the process. Becket Law release. In Washington, the Supreme Court just ruled in favor of exemplary foster mothers Sharon L. Fulton and Tony Sims Bush, allowing these foster care heroes to continue serving children in need in partnership with the Catholic foster ministry that has been serving Philadelphia for over 200 years. Catholic Social Services supports foster mothers like Sharon L. and Tony and serves children without regard to race, religion, or sexual orientation. Thanks to today's decision, it can continue that vital work. In the court's unanimous decision, Chief Justice Roberts made clear that the city cannot exclude foster parents like Sharon L. and Tony or Catholic Social Services simply because city officials disagree with the religious agency's sincere Catholic beliefs about marriage. The justices also recognized that protecting faith-affirming agencies will ensure foster children in need have every opportunity available to find a loving home. In Sharon L. Fulton et al. v. City of Philadelphia, the City of Philadelphia told Catholic Social Services that it had to either change its religious practices or close down, thus preventing children from being placed with loving foster parents like Sharon L. Fulton and Tony Sims Bush. Becket Senior Counsel Lori Wyndham argued on behalf of Sharon L., Tony, and Catholic Social Services, explaining to the Supreme Court how the First Amendment protects the right of religious organizations to serve those in need without giving up the religious beliefs that motivate their ministry. It's a beautiful day when the highest court in the land protects foster moms and the 200-year-old religious ministry that supports them, said Lori Wyndham, senior counsel at Becket who argued the case in Fulton. Taking care of children, especially children who have been neglected and abused, is a universal value that spans all ideological divides. Today, I am grateful that the Supreme Court protected heroes of the foster care system like Sharon L. and Tony, who give of themselves daily to care for children in need. Patrick E. Kelly was officially installed as the 14th Supreme Knight of the Knights of Columbus at the conclusion of Mass June 11 at St. Mary's Church in New Haven, Connecticut. He made a special consecration of the order to St. Joseph. Standing before God, with my family and my brother knights here assembled, I promise to support and obey the Constitution and laws of our order, he stated in his oath of office. I promise to conduct myself in such a way as to personify the principles of the order, especially the principle of charity, so that the widow, the orphan, the poor, the sick and the homeless may find solace. Supreme Chaplain Archbishop William E. Laurie of Baltimore was the principal celebrant of the Mass, which took place during the annual organizational meeting of Knights of Columbus State Deputies. In his homily, the Supreme Chaplain noted that the historic installation was held on the Solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, at the church where Blessed Michael McGivney founded the Knights of Columbus, and during the year of St. Joseph. After past Supreme Knight Carl Anderson conferred the Medal of Office on Supreme Knight Kelly, the newly installed Supreme Knight led the faithful in the Litany of St. Joseph and prayed an act of consecration of his administration St. Joseph. Archbishop Laurie then blessed the Supreme Knight, his wife, Vanessa, and their 3 daughters. This year, of St. Joseph, is providential for the Knights of Columbus because there are few things the world needs more right now than men in the mold of St. Joseph, the Supreme Knight said. In particular, he said that knights should emulate St. Joseph's roles as guardian of the family and guardian of the truth. Asia News reports that the Myanmar Armed Forces, Tatmadaw, continue to commit acts of violence against the Catholic Church and civilians. On June 16, 2021, a Catholic priest was kidnapped, interrogated for 11 hours and then released. Michael Ong Ling, parish priest in Hakka Parish, was suspected of supporting resistance forces in Kompatlet, a town in Chin State. He was let go only after signing a document declaring his commitment not to support groups or movements that oppose the military. The same fate befell yesterday 6 priests and another person who were abducted from a village in Mandalay because they were accused of helping young rebels. On Tuesday evening, the military set fire to Kin Ma, a village in Magway, a region in central Myanmar, killing at least 2 elderly people trapped in their homes, local residents told Reuters. According to Catholic News Service, the U.S. bishops approved by a wide margin a plan to draft a document to examine the meaning of the Eucharist in the life of the Church following a lengthy debate during their spring General Assembly. The action to move forward passed with 168 votes in favor and 55 votes against it. There were 6 abstentions. The results, announced June 18, the final day of the virtual spring assembly, allow the Bishops' Committee on Doctrine to draft the document and present it for discussion when the bishops reconvene in person in November. For more than 2 hours on June 17, 43 bishops shared their views on whether such a document was necessary at a time when Catholics are returning to regular Mass attendance as pandemic restrictions ease, or if it should even be considered lest it be perceived as fracturing the unity of a church already faced with numerous challenges. The bishops reached no consensus during the discussion. They voted electronically immediately after the second day of the meeting concluded late in the afternoon. The bishops have embarked on a multi-year national Eucharistic revival initiative that is part of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops 2021 to 2024 strategic plan, created anew by the body and blood of Christ, source of our healing and hope. If the bishops approve the development of a draft document, the committee plans to submit it for the bishops' next General Assembly in November, to be held in person.
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.